Welcome to Mama Mandala, where magic is somatic. I'm Hagar. I'm so glad you're here. It's a new moon today, and it's a new moon in Aries, so a new lunar cycle begins with this sign that is strong and powerful and has this great initiative spirit and a pioneering energy. And yesterday, the season of spring began, and so the sun entered Aries yesterday. So we're right in the beginning of a lot of new beginnings, and this is what the greatest strength of Aries is its ability to start something. It's not so good at finishing and not so great at continuing, but really good at starting. So what are some of the things in your life right now that you are wanting to begin? This is a great time to contemplate and to take some action. So this archetype is associated with taking action, not only with contemplating new ways and new patterns and new things to begin, but really with taking action, with boldly and courageously stepping up, stepping forth, stepping through. It's the symbol of this sign is the ram. So it's the ability to leap from rock to rock, from this place to another. The ability to leap, to take a leap of faith, a leap of confidence, as I like to think about it, because I'm not much of a faith-based person. And so this sign, this archetype, is most associated with the individuated aspect of ourselves. So it's this part of us that we know who we are as a person, the part of us that actually knows the boundary of self, where you feel your skin and you know that that's where what defines your space in a way, and beyond skin, obviously. What is your space? What is the you that you are? So the invitation is to know ourselves, to step into our strength, and to take bold actions. Now, what I really love about playing with this idea of self, because the ego gets a lot of bad reputation out there for, good reasons sometimes, but we need it. We need our ego. We need the part of us that makes us who we are. We need our personality. We need our individuation. And so what we can do when we are deeply rooted in who we are and deeply confident in ourselves, we can actually start to take actions for something greater than ourselves. So this archetype invites us into our own confidence and into our own fearlessness as gateways into the possibility of rising up as someone who takes action for great causes, that stands up against injustices, that sees some of the things that are going on in the world, and instead of only sitting in the despair of it, sometimes I definitely lean into that part a little bit more, and I think maybe some of us are too. So the invitation of Aries is to go, whoa, there's all this shit going on in the world. I'm going to actually do something about it. I'm going to research some of the organizations that are doing something and fighting racism, or doing something for indigenous people that supports indigenous causes, right? And I'm going to research it, and I'm going to see, oh, wow, there's some things that I can do to help this organization, and take the step, take the action, take the leap. So Aries can be very famous for the individuated part, but we can remind ourselves that our individuated and confident and deeply connected to who we are parts can rise for something greater than us. So I don't know about you, but when I feel really low in my confidence and low in my energy, it's actually harder to rise up and take a stand and take action for something greater than myself, right? So we want to be grounded and rooted in who we are so that we can be there for others and for the planet and for all of the beautiful creatures that live on it. So if you are in a place right now that you feel really courageous and really confident, you've gone through a process, or you're just naturally feeling like a brave soul, I salute you. And this is a great time when we feel that way. those are great moments to think about what we want to do in our lives, to make our lives more of the form of our vision, more of the manifested expression of our inspiration. And also, we get to not only take action for that, but also do that research for what other causes we can stand for and what other things we can do for more than ourselves. If this is a time in your life right now where you're struggling with confidence, where you're not feeling most bold and courageous, those are times in our lives where we can rest into that space, breathe into our belly so that we can help our nervous system regulate. You can do that with me right now. Deep breath in. You can put your hands on your belly. You don't have to close your eyes. Mine just naturally did. Breathe in. And slowly breathe out. And one more deep breath in. Deep into your belly. Expand your belly. And a slow breath out. So when we're feeling low in confidence and courage, we can help our nervous system regulate, and then we can start to contemplate what are some of the practices, other than breathing into our bellies, what are some of the practices, what are some of the books, who are some of the people that we can talk to that help us access these parts of ourselves that we feel a little lacking in, and that we want to nourish and feed. So if you want to feed your courage, feed your confidence, it starts with a little bit of a contemplation. What helps me do that? What has helped you in the past to bring yourself into a more bold action, or access this part of you that is fearless and that is ready to go? Right? And it starts with a contemplation, and then because we're in this archetype of Aries, then we can take action. Then we can do something about it. So if you're there, amazing. Take the action. Do it for yourself. Do it for your life. Make your life better. Do it for something greater than yourself. Help some of the causes that you deeply care about. And if you're not quite there yet, take a few moments and consider what are some of the things that can help you access your boldness. And boldness can take different forms. It's not always, oh, I'm so courageous, right? Like boldness can be very quiet and very soft. Sometimes it takes great courage to be deeply vulnerable, to be in an intimate relationship with somebody and allow our vulnerability to show, to be in a place where we are a little bit more public and allow our vulnerability to show. So being vulnerable can be a great expression of boldness and courage. So being brave doesn't mean taking a heroic action and going into warrior pose and immediately starting a riot. But being bold can take the form of something much more subtle and gentle. And also, boldness takes on different expressions at different phases in our lives, at different moments in our lives. We don't always feel the same. We don't always necessarily, and we don't want to, right? We want the wide range of experiencing ourselves. And so we want to allow the bravery of our hearts to transform, to transmute, to change, to be fluid, to show itself and to express itself and to be felt in different ways. So if you want to stay with me for another moment, we can take a little mudra, which is a hand gesture. It comes from India. It's a yogic mudra. It's a practice from India. And you can put your left hand, I won't mirror you, left hand over your heart, and then your right hand out like this. So this is Abhaya mudra, and it's the fearless gesture. And Abhaya means without fear, but it can also mean, I learned this from my teacher, Douglas Brooks, it can also mean never without fear. So the is no, as no in the beginning of the word, abhaya, but the A can also be never without. So to be courageous is not to be without fear. To be fearless is to feel the fear and rise up anyway and do something anyway. That is very much of an Aries kind of an energy. So Abhaya Mudra with your right hand as your left hand touches your heart, and you can close your eyes if that feels good for you, if that's resourceful for you, if that's what you need right now. And you can keep your eyes open and soft if that feels better. And take a soft breath in. And slowly exhale. Deep, slow inhale. Breathe into your chest and into your belly. And a slow breath out. And bring into your body with your breath the courage that you need in your life right now for whatever it is that you need it for in your life right now. For some of us, sometimes it's just the courage to wake up in the morning, and the courage to keep going. Sometimes it's the boldness of starting something new and going for it, even though we have all these doubts and all these reasons why not to go for it. Sometimes it comes from a deep place inside of us. And sometimes our courage and our confidence actually come from going for it even without feeling courageous or confident, just taking the action. And taking the action sometimes is what helps generate the trust that we need and the bravery that is required. Deep breath into your heart and to your belly, down into your feet. And a slow breath out to stand tall, to lengthen your spine, and to stand for something greater than yourself. And then bring your hands together in front of your heart. And may this lunar cycle help you access these parts of you that support you in the process of initiating something new and transforming into new possibilities, new ways of seeing, and into new patterns that can support your life and can also support great causes that you believe in. All right, dear ones, have a beautiful lunar cycle, a beautiful Aries season, and a gorgeous spring. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel to get more moon moments like that and more physical practices to embody these great archetypes and powerful ideas that can help us transform our lives somatically and soulfully. And sign up for our email list. There's a link in the description of the video. Sign up for it and you can get a Spark Your Inspiration, which is great for Aries season guide, our free guide for sparking your inspiration, and also deeply nourishing and inspiring messages in your inbox. Quite beautifully arriving once a week or so. All right. Lots of love and I'll see you soon. All right. Mwah. Thank you.